What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today, well, they've done the first reveals from EX-03, that new set which is coming out, the next set which is coming out next month. They showed us the very first card, and what was really weird, the first card was a common Cyberdramon. And I'm sorry, I'm not making a whole video about a common Cyberdramon. It's a decent enough card, it might have its uses. I'm not saying it's bad, we'll look at it properly in a moment. But I absolutely am saying that as a, hey, there's a new set, let's take a look at the first reveal kind of card, it is decidedly underwhelming. Well, the wonderful news is, ladies and gentlemen, we then got a proper reveal. Yeah! They went and showed us the cover Digimon, and actually they've gone and shown us an item card as well, so we finally get proper reveals. We've got Chaosdramon. Yay! So we might as well actually start off with the underwhelming one. It's Cyberdramon. 6 cost to play normally, 3 cost to Digivolve, 7,000 power. Slightly on the cheap side to play, nothing that huge. And the translations here are a mixture of the lovely folks at Ensan Gaming and what I could cobble together myself. I am learning after all. And what we've got here is, on both players' turns, when you have a rested tamer in play, this Digimon gains 2,000 power. Okay, that's fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine. Obviously, you know, a rested tamer, suspended tamer means you've used some kind of skill or other, and actually, an extra 2,000 power is not terrible. This is not some kind of game-breaking skill or anything silly like that. It's fine, but you know what? As it goes, yeah, I think we can... I mean, I'm not talking terribly excited, but I'm talking moderately excited. I mean, honestly, Black Digimon gaining an extra 2,000 power, the only ones we've got are really specific. The Deadly Axemon from BT7 will give you 2,000 more if you've got Nightmon or Bagramon in its name. We've got both Sumamon from BT2, and then we've also got the Infirmon from EX-1 that give all your other Digimon with the same name as this one an extra 2,000 power. Well, okay, it's not exactly the same. Sumamon says while you're having the Digimon with the same name, you get an extra 2,000, whereas the Infirmon gives all of your other Digimon with the same name 2,000. But it's the same kind of thing, ladies and gentlemen. It will be fine. Not a terrible card. It's nice to get the extra power, and I'm sure it will see a little bit of play here and there, because actually it is a significant power boost, more than we see on a bunch. But I don't think it's unfair to say that it is, to put it mildly, slightly underwhelming. But I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, that is not the reason we're here. The reason we're here is for the super rare, for the Digimon that appears on the cover of EX-03. So let's have a chat about Chaosdramon. 12 cost to play normally, 4 cost to Digivolve, 12,000 power. It's about right. We see 11-3-11 or 12-4-12. It's fine. It can Digivolve, oh, actually I should say, it is both, it's a proper red-black dual Digimon, so it is both red and black, but it can also Digivolve from both red and black, so we've got a proper dual-colour Digimon. And you can Digivolve from Machinedramon for 1 memory. It's not bad. It's not great, but it's not bad. It's a level 6 that can essentially Digivolve from another level 6, and you only have to pay 1 memory in order to do it. And you know what? Yeah, that's alright. Of course, the last Chaosdramon we saw was back in BT7, and that one said that you could Digivolve a Machinedramon into it for 1 memory. So if nothing else, we've got a little bit of consistency going on here. Cool little bonus, not a reason to play the card. But when Digivolving and when playing, i.e. no matter how it goes into play, you're good, choose up to 3 level black or red cyborg-type Digimon with different card numbers, i.e. they can have the same name, but they must be, you know, from different sets, etc., from your hand or trash, and place them at the bottom of this Digimon's evolution sources. Choose one of your opponent's Digimon, and for each card put into this Digimon's Digivolution sources in this way, that Digimon gets D-Digivolve 1, i.e. any of those cards can be taken from your hand or your trash, that's huge. But if you take 3 level 5s and put them under, you de-digivolve free one of your opponent's Digimon. So if you choose a level 6, you trash the level 6, then the level 5, then the level 4, and they're just left sitting out there with a level 3. That's kind of brilliant. Do remember, of course, that you have to stop trashing with de-digivolve when you either hit a level 3 or you hit the final Digimon in the stack. I.e., you cannot leave a level 2 out there, because level 2s don't exist on the field. And similarly, you cannot essentially delete a Digimon by doing this. But de-digivolve free is pretty good. But again, the reason you're doing this is to grab the level 5 black or red cyborg. This is cool. This is good. Like I say, the de-digivolve is a nice bonus. It's not a reason to play the card. And the being able to digivolve from Machinedramon is nice, but it's not a reason to play the card. This absolutely could be a reason to play the card. Because I'll be honest with you, right, I'm over on DigimonCard.dev and I'm having a gander, and there's already a bunch of level 5 black and red cyborg Digimon that you can go and choose. So we've got the Metal Greymon from BT1, gives you an extra 3,000 power. That's not bad. That could go quite nicely. Metal Greymon that gives you security attack +1 if you've got reboot. I could kind of get behind that one. And actually, while we're there, Black Galgamon, another level 5 maybe I should have mentioned earlier, while this Digimon has reboot, it gains 2,000 power. So a nice way to get that extra 2,000 power, assuming you've got reboot. Or even just Megadramon that flat gives you 2,000 power, if 2,000 power is really what you're after. Oh yeah, and if you really want reboot, because I've given you some skills that you need reboot, how about the Metal Tyrannomon from EX-01 that flat gives you reboot? Yeah, we worked up to that one quite nicely. My point here is that you can basically play just a whole bunch of different random Digimon, knowing that you can just whack them under when it comes round to it. When you get to the stage where you get digivolving this or you just play it, you can get all of these skills. And most of the time, if you want these evolution skills, you've got to, stop me if this sounds obvious, you've got to evolve. And then you get the skills. Here, you're just flat ignoring that. You're just going, right, well, I'm going to play this. And as I play, I'm going to also put these cards under. And again, the fact that it can be from your hand or your trash makes a huge difference. Because the reality is, you're not often going to have all the cards you want in hand. Sometimes you will, but it's not going to happen all that often. But if you can play them from your hand or your trash, well, that just changes a whole heap of lovely stuff now, doesn't it? I really, really like this skill. I think this is one of those that you can rely on a little bit. This is a kind of thing around which you can build a deck. Because the fact of the matter is, giving yourself all of those evolution skills all at the same time is going to make a pretty big difference as you go through the game. Having access to all of them straight away is going to be pretty gosh darn great. And frankly, ladies and gentlemen, I love it. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's not the only thing about the card. Because on both players' turns, when this Digimon would be deleted or returned to your hand or deck, you can trash 2 level 5 Digimon from under it to prevent it from being deleted or returned to the hand or deck. And basically, you should be able to fire this off twice. Because you should, and again, if you just play this and you're going to have, 3 level 5s under, it's not going to work. Sorry about that. But what you can do here is just go a little bit nuts, go from your level 5 up to your level 6, and this is your level 6, and then you whack 3 extra level 5s under there, and now you've got 4 level 5s. So the first time they're going to delete you, they don't, and the second time they're going to delete you, they don't, and it's the third time that you would actually end up getting deleted, that you actually get deleted. And at that stage, it's difficult. Of course, one of the fun things you can do here, take the Andromon from EX-01 that gives you blocker if you've got machine in your trace, which this obviously does. And then you've got a 12,000 power blocker, and anything smaller than it will get deleted, but you will survive. And anything bigger than it, it's the third thing bigger that you try and block that will actually delete you. How cool is that? The answer, of course, is extremely cool. I like this. I like this very much indeed. This is a very good card. It's a super rare, and it's the Digimon that's on the front of the pack. You would expect it to be good, but still, this one earns it. Now, I did say there was an option card here as well, and there absolutely is. It's Hyper Mugen Cannon, a 6-cost card. If you have a level 6 Digimon with machine in its traits, you can use it regardless of color requirements, although it is a red and black, so I don't know how often that's going to be relevant. And what happens is, and your main is also your security, so your security is the same as your main. One of your opponent's Digimon gets D-Digivolve free, which is fitting given the card we just looked at. Then, by placing a card with Cyborg in its traits from your hand or trash, under one of your level 6 Digimon with machine in its traits, delete an opponent's Digimon with 6,000 power or lower. Now, there's a couple things at play here that are really important. Firstly, by the time you D-Digivolve free, you've taken a level 6 down to a level 3, or a level 7 down to a level 4. There is a very good chance that whatever you want to delete here, you can D-Digivolve it to a point where you can delete it. And obviously that doesn't always work. There will be times where your opponent has hard-casted a Digimon, so you're not able to actually D-Digivolve to get it low enough, but a lot of the time this is going to be delete basically anything you want. And if it was a delete anything, it'd be an 8-cost, not a 6-cost, so you can see they've built that in. But also, if you place a level 5 with Hyper Mugen Cannon, then that's one more level 5 towards Chaosdramon's skill. To put it another way, if I play Chaosdramon from my hand, I place 3 level 5s under, I need 2 for each use of its protection skill, I've only got 1 use of that skill. But if I then play Hyper Mugen Cannon, I've then put a 4th level 5 under, so now I've got 2 protection skills. Yeah, I love this, ladies and gentlemen. This was clearly one of the Digimon they wanted to push with this set, and I think they're doing a pretty gosh darn good job. And this seems to suggest that we are now going to be getting these reveals from this set going forward on a moderately regular basis, and this makes me happy because I love talking about new cards. But I want to know what you think about all of these cards, the level 5, the level 6, and the option card. So let me know in the comment section, would you? Good us! Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.